Hey, adrenaline junkies. Welcome to Mind Rush. Get ready to dive into heart-pounding chases, jaw-dropping action, and the most thrilling moments caught on camera. Let's get your heart racing. Worcester, Ohio, April 2nd, 2025. Police start with a simple stolen plate case on Madison Avenue. That plate hits the flock cameras a short time later, showing it's now slapped onto a silver Honda Pilot cruising around the north side of town. Officers find it, try a stop. The driver bolts, then disappears. Minutes later, the same Honda shows up on the east side, and an officer initiates a second stop near Geyers Chapel Road. Everything looks routine, until the driver opens the door.
Somebody have a picture of the vehicle. I have a vehicle driving erratic. He's stolen.
Yes.
Oh, matches the description. He's driving very erratic. Shots fired! Shots fired! Shots fired!
Oh yeah, signal 99, shots fired, 49. Hit.
Shots fired! Shots fired! Shots fired!
Oh yeah, signal 99, shots fired.
This time, he doesn't flee. He steps out, turns, and starts firing at the officer like he just activated GTA V's 5-star wanted mode. The officer fires back, the suspect jumps into the Honda, and the chase erupts for real.
585, speeds are about 85.
Passing 585, still northbound, speeds 85.
1107, have you seen him brandish a weapon?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to hit.
Okay, I'm hit. Move through it. Move through it.
He just pointed the weapon at me again.
Okay, back off. Back off.
I think he's gonna have two guns. I think one's a semi-automatic, and the one he just pointed at me looks like a large rollover.
With the patrol car damaged by gunfire, Worcester PD can't continue the pursuit, but he doesn't get far. Wayne County deputies and the Ohio State Highway Patrol pick up the vehicle as it blasts through the county. The driver fires more rounds out the window while weaving through traffic, turning the pursuit into an armed, rolling threat. Officers hold their fire, working to contain the chase safely as it heads back toward the city.
He might have a hat on.
We're taking a 3 exit from 83 North.
Take a 3 exit.
Pit, 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 pit!
He's off into the field, under the overpass. Answer field, under overpass.
Hands up! Hands up! Hands up!
Get out of the vehicle!
I put him. My vehicle's gonna be disabled. We're gonna have a gunpoint. Hands up! Hands up!
Hands up! Out of the vehicle with your hands up! Get out!
Just get out. Get out. Hands up! Come back to me! Hey, send the dog! Wait. Hey, let's go. You ready? All right.
Near Cleveland Road and the Dix Expressway exit, OSP and Dalton police make their move, striking the Honda and forcing it to a hard stop. The suspect is pulled out, badly wounded from a previous gunshot, and rushed to Worcester Community Hospital before being flown to Akron General with life-threatening injuries. No officers from any agency were hurt. Charges. Because of the active investigation, charges will include attempted murder of a law enforcement officer, felonious assault weapons violations, fleeing and eluding receiving stolen property. A stolen license plate turned into a gun battle, a multi-jurisdiction pursuit, and a dangerous standoff that ended only when officers boxed the suspect in. No jokes here, just a reminder. Once shots are fired, nobody's chasing plates anymore. Every decision becomes life or death. Franklin County, Ohio, June 5, 2025. A deputy rolls up beside a silver Honda Civic at a busy intersection around lunchtime. Light turns green, and instead of a normal left turn, the Civic slips ahead like it's trying to blend into traffic and hope nobody notices the patrol car behind it. The deputy hits the lights, but the driver pretends not to see anything. And just like that, the Civic quietly fires up a chase. The Civic wastes no time turning the road into its personal obstacle course, weaving between cars, running a red light, and even jumping into the oncoming lane like it's auditioning for a stunt show. Traffic's dodging, honking, panicking, while deputies stay locked in behind it, trying to keep the situation from getting worse. The Civic keeps pushing, squeezing between lanes and taking wild risks, each move sketchier than the last.
They're working on the corporate.
At this point, the Civic taps out, and the driver moves on to the bonus round: handcuffs, paperwork, and a motivational speech from deputies. At Tussing Road and Hill Road, the driver attempts one more impossible pass, and reality answers back. The Honda slams between two stopped cars, flips onto its side, and the chase ends exactly how risky driving usually ends. Upside-down deputies and Columbus officers swarm in. Commands fly. A window gets smashed. The occupants crawl out the back like the Civic has suddenly become a little metal cave. Driver goes to the hospital. One passenger gets released. The other, scooped up on a felony warrant, waiting just for him. One of the struck drivers ends up with a broken toe. The other? Totally fine, minus now hating Hondas. Charges felony fleeing possession of a stolen motor vehicle, reckless driving, driving left of center, red light violations, passenger with felony warrant, a stolen Civic, a 10-minute chase, and a flip that instantly voided any warranty that car ever had. For deputies, the pursuit ended clean. For the Civic, let's just say, if it wasn't stolen before, it's definitely scrapped now. December 31st, 2023, Little Rock, Arkansas. It's New Year's Eve and Trooper Bird spots two cars eating the speed limit for breakfast, 94 and 95 in a 65. One of them peels off at exit 4, winds through city streets, and suddenly the intersection at Colonel Glenn looks like a street race meetup. Cars everywhere, someone doing donuts, and one Toyota Camry trying to slip out the back like it's invisible. Trooper Bird hits lights and follows. The Camry, later ID'd as Deshaun Slay, slams the gas, blacks out the lights, and goes full ghost mode, weaving into oncoming lanes, blowing reds, and hitting speeds that make your stomach drop. Bird's calling out streets, backing up dispatch, and watching Slay thread the needle through stopped traffic. No spoilers here, just no tensions building and Bird's waiting for the right moment. When Slay slows enough after nearly T-boning two cars, Bird times it and slams a pit maneuver into the right side of the Camry. Game over. Bird steers his patrol car in front, orders the driver out, and Slay complies. Vehicle secured, troopers find about 2.9 grams of suspected marijuana in the center console. Slay gets checked at Baptist Health, then rides to Pulaski County Detention. Charges felony, fleeing reckless driving, driving at night without lights, speeding, possession of controlled substance. Turning your lights off doesn't make you invisible. It just makes you a target for a tidy pit maneuver and a long ride to booking. Slay's New Year's Eve stunt ended with cuffs, a hospital check, and a packet of charges that'll hang around longer than the fireworks. Want this punchier, drier, or with a funnier one-liner at the end? August 18th, 2024, Johnson County, Arkansas. It's a busy afternoon on I-40 when Troop J gets flooded with calls about a silver Lexus blasting over 100 miles per hour and threading through traffic like it owns the highway. With Troop H out of units, Troop J steps in and moments later spots the Lexus doing 116 in a 75. Lights on, sirens up, and the driver answers by flooring it.
Traffic, medium. Maybe get some fractures now. Where you at?
Speeds jump past 130 miles per hour as the Lexus bounces between lanes, dives onto the shoulder, and even fakes an exit before snapping back onto the interstate. Traffic scatters, troopers chase, and the Lexus drives like it's arguing with its own GPS. No spoilers, but the situation's getting unstable fast.
J26 car, we're approaching at 67 home with it. The exit speed 130, high traffic. J cruise aware. J cruise aware.
Wreck out, rollover, set at 1016, he's in the eastbound lane. Correction, westbound lane.
Go ahead and fire EMS. He rolled over the westbound lane.
Near exit 67, the Lexus jerks right, cuts left, and loses control completely. It launches into the median, flips around 15 times, wipes out cable barriers, crosses the westbound lanes, and lands upside down in a ditch. Troopers rush in, but the car's empty. The driver, Kendall Jewett, was thrown nearly 30 yards and left with severe leg injuries. EMS calls Air-Evac 149, and he's flown to Washington Regional in stable condition inside the wrecked Lexus, a small stash, marijuana, THC pod, grinder, and a smoking device. Charges: felony, fleeing, leaving the scene of an accident, reckless driving, driving on suspended license, improper passing, left and right, improper lane usage, speeding 15 plus over possession of drug paraphernalia, possession of controlled substance. From 116 miles per hour to 15 full rollovers, Jewett squeezed every bad decision possible into one chase. The Lexus didn't make it, the cable barriers suffered, and his license didn't stand a chance. For ASP, it ended with a helicopter lift, a felony case, and a driver who learned you can outrun traffic, but not gravity. August 14th, 2021, Little Rock, Arkansas. It's 3:34 a.m., and Trooper Bird rolls up to help Little Rock PD on a tip about a blacked-out SUV wandering the streets like it's trying to sneak past curfew headlights off. Windows dark. The whole "I'm invisible" vibe. Bird flicks on lights, expecting a quick stop, but the driver clearly didn't get the memo.
Northbound on state. Speed 25, no traffic. Crossing back over Charles Lussey, still northbound on state. Northbound on state, crossing right, speed 30, still no traffic. So that any downtown units in the area that might have spikes.
The SUV peels off, weaving through side streets and clipping stop signs like they're optional. Bird's on him, calling out streets, keeping distance, and watching the driver test every boundary in the book. Traffic tightens, neighbors stare through curtains, and the SUV keeps pushing like it's auditioning for a demolition derby. No spoilers here, just no Birds lining things up and watching for the exact moment to close it out.
Westbound on right. Bound on the right, just cross boundary, speed 50. South on Schiller. South on Schiller crossing 19th. Going east on 19th. East on 19th crossing Summit.
You wrecked out, started 1016.
Cars medical, Wolf 19.
Finally opens. Bird moves up, times it clean, and hits a pit maneuver. The SUV spins out and the joyride ends right there. Officers swarm, the driver's pulled out, and this midnight stunt finishes with cuffs and a flashlight interrogation. Charges: felony, fleeing, reckless driving, failure to yield to emergency lights, driving without headlights, possession of a controlled substance, if evidence supports it, obstruction of governmental operations. Headlights off doesn't mean invisible. At 3:34 a.m., the blacked-out SUV thought it could ghost Little Rock. Trooper Bird had other plans. Clean pit maneuver, quick takedown, and another suspect learning the hard way that you can't outrun attention from the radio. Want this cut tighter, looser, or with a drier punchline at the end? Say the word and I'll remix. May 24th, 2024, Little Rock, Arkansas. A trooper tries to pull over a black Dodge Charger at a Circle K on South University and Colonel Glenn. The driver, DeAndre Lamar Lucky, pretends to stop for half a second, then floors it like he suddenly remembered he left the oven on. He rockets west on Colonel Glenn, immediately loses control, and the trooper tries pinning him against the curb to stop things early. But Lucky punches the gas, breaks free, and the chase officially turns into one of those "how fast can a Charger go" moments.
Circle K, Second University, Roosevelt, Lee, Arkansas. 029 Zebra Mary Boy, 029 ZMD, Black Dog Charger. Adam 30 for that? Out east back on southbound on University. It's received.
Lucky rips through traffic at 130 plus miles per hour, blasting down the shoulder and treating every red light like it's optional. At the I-30 ramps, he loses control again, and the trooper tries ramming the front tire, slowing him down but not stopping him. Lucky limps onto I-30, makes a wild lane change, and collides with a semi-truck, dragging under the trailer before popping back out like nothing happened.
Confirmed that he is reckless. We've fought it twice.
What's your 20? What's your 20?
Just got on I-30. He just went underneath the semi.
I-30 east or west?
Eastbound. We're continuing to approach Garrett Springs.
30 eastbound, Garrett Springs.
The subject bailed.
The trooper performs a pit maneuver, spinning the Charger out and ending the chase. Lucky bails out of the passenger door, face plants onto the pavement, and sprints across the frontage road toward an apartment complex. He barges into a random apartment and begs the tenants not to call police, which works about as well as you'd expect. They immediately flag down officers, give consent to enter, and troopers pull Lucky out without further drama. Inside the Charger, officers find a loaded Glock 29 10mm on the driver's seat. Lucky is taken to the hospital for a broken wrist and then booked into the Pulaski County Detention Center, charges felony fleeing, vehicle, fleeing on foot, breaking and entering occupied apartment, reckless driving, leaving the scene of an accident, possession of a firearm by a prohibited person, multiple traffic violations, a gas station stop, a high-speed run, a semi-truck, an apartment break-in, and a Glock on the driver's seat, all starring one man who absolutely refused to quit. But in Arkansas, pit maneuvers and good neighbors end every chase the same way, in handcuffs, not horsepower. September 20th, 2023, Arkansas. Trooper Lucas is rolling west on I-440 when two cars scream past him like rocket boosters. One splits off, but the white Dodge Challenger stays on I-30 west and keeps hammering the throttle lights on, siren up, and the chase instantly jumps to 150+ miles per hour. The Challenger is still pulling away, slipping through traffic and riding the shoulder like it owns the interstate. Speeds stay insane as the driver threads gaps, blasts past cars on the shoulder, and nearly loses it taking the exit 128 ramp. He somehow saves it, shoots onto I-430 northbound, and even sideswipes a car trying to squeeze back onto the road.
Let me see your fucking hands right now! You! Let me see your hands! Crawl towards me! Crawl towards me right now! Put your hand on the car right now! Put your hands on the car!
A clean tactical vehicle intervention sends the Challenger spinning across E430, slamming into the cable barrier and coming to a dead stop. The driver, Dimitri Barton, climbs out and lays down in the middle of the highway like he's clocking out for the night. Passenger Amparo Lopez Gomez is detained without trouble and checked for shoulder pain. Barton is cleared at the hospital and booked into Pulaski County Jail. He was charged with charges: felony, fleeing reckless, driving, speeding 150 plus miles per hour, passing on the shoulder, failure to maintain lane. Leaving the scene, a midnight street race turned into a 160 miles per hour run across 2 highways and ended with 1 pit maneuver, 1 wrecked Challenger, and 1 very tired driver lying in the roadway. ASP closed it fast. Barton's night ended in cuffs. Little Rock, Arkansas, September 27, 2022. A state trooper spots a black Dodge Charger ripping down I-430 late at night, pushing well into triple digits. The car blows past him like he's parked, weaving through lanes and treating the highway like his personal test track. Lights flip on, the siren hits, and the chase immediately rockets past 130, then 140, with the Dodge still trying to stretch the gap.
Turn right on 36.
Right on 36.
Taking a ride on Bowman.
Right on Bowman.
The pursuit jumps across multiple interstates: I-30, I-430, Cantrell, Bowman. The Charger diving through side streets and shoulders trying to shake the trooper. Traffic is light, the speeds stay extreme, and every turn gets tighter. The driver's running out of clean road, and the trooper is watching for that perfect moment.
Crossover Canis. Speed's about 80. Turn right on Shackelford.
Right on Shackelford.
Pit.
Copy pit. Pit. Copy pit.
The moment comes near a hotel entrance. The Charger swings wide, loses traction, and the trooper strikes. A clean pit maneuver spins the car across the pavement and into a ditch. The driver bails out and tries sprinting across the lot, but troopers shut that down fast, tackling him and taking him into custody. Charges: felony, fleeing reckless, driving, speeding 140 plus miles per hour, driving on shoulder, failure to maintain lane, resisting arrest, from 145 miles per hour on the interstate to a pit in a hotel driveway. The Charger ran out of road and luck at the same time. The trooper stayed locked in, waited for the angle, and ended the chase with textbook precision. 1 Charger totaled, 1 suspect cuffed, another reminder that outrunning ASP isn't a real plan. October 31st, 2025, Little Rock, Arkansas. Trooper spots a GMC Sierra with a busted taillight and a tag that expired sometime around the Stone Age. He flips on the lights for a simple stop, but the driver takes the left lane suggestion personally and glides right through the intersection like stopping is optional in Arkansas.
Coming towards you, 37.
Haven't seen him, Rick. Rick,
Rawls finally gets boxed into a bad choice, and Trooper Bluford lines up a clean pit maneuver, spinning the Sierra off the road and into a tree chase over instantly. Rawls is cuffed, a Glock is found tossed nearby, and the passenger gets checked by medics before being released. Rawls, straight to the county jail, charges felony fleeing possession of firearm by certain persons, tampering with evidence, defective tail lamps, failure to register vehicle. A busted taillight lit the fuse, but a pit maneuver ended the show. In Little Rock, you can roll through green lights, but you can't roll away from ASP. October 11th, 2022, Arkansas. It's not every day you see FBI agents and Arkansas State Police chasing the same car, but a red Dodge Challenger with nothing more than expired tags decides today is special. A trooper lights him up for a simple stop. The driver pauses for half a second, then drops the hammer, turning a minor traffic issue into a full-blown chase, and right behind ASP, an FBI agent in an unmarked truck, sliding into the pursuit like he's been waiting all week.
Taking stagecoach. We're stopped at the light at Stagecoach to turn east.
Anyway,
The Challenger swings through lanes, squeezes between cars, and starts treating the interstate like his personal racetrack. Traffic is tightening, the FBI truck is locked in behind him, and ASP is keeping pressure on from the side. The ramp ahead narrows, vehicles slow down, and every move the Challenger makes is shrinking his options fast. The chase keeps building, and the driver is running out of road and luck.
Show me your hands! Don't you put your hands down, you hear me?
33 Little Rock Pit, I got FBI out with me. One at gunpoint.
Driver, open the door and step out, you hear me?
Stuck behind slow-moving trucks on a tight transition ramp, the Challenger finally has nowhere left to run. The ASP trooper slides in, lines up the rear bumper, and performs a smooth pit maneuver that gently spins the car to a stop. Officers rush in, ASP and FBI, and the driver immediately claims he ran because he was scared. Nobody buys it. Charges felony fleeing reckless driving, expired registration, failure to yield additional possible felonies. From expired tags to a two-agency pursuit, this Challenger driver learned fast. Outrunning ASP is hard. Outrunning ASP and the FBI is impossible. October 31st, 2025, Crittenden County, Arkansas. A trooper spots a Toyota Corolla tearing down I-55 at 112 miles per hour, weaving through traffic like it's late for a flight. Lights go on, sirens follow, and the car never even pretends to slow down. Dispatch runs the plate. And, yep, it's stolen out of Pennsylvania. Now it's officially a chase.
Looks like a single occupant.
Single occupant.
Traffic is light.
Traffic light.
Passing the 26.
The Corolla blasts down the interstate, hopping onto the shoulder, dipping into the grass and threading past a semi so close it should have come with a warning label. Speeds stay over 100, and the driver's clearly in "I can't go to jail today" mode. Traffic keeps getting tighter, and the trooper knows this one can't drag on much longer.
Coming up to the 55 555 split.
Coming up to 55 55 split.
Passing the 23A exit.
Passing 23A, 115 miles an hour.
You able to set up spikes somewhere? Trying to get to 14. D5, D25, I'll pull up behind it. Get there to 14, we'll do an interceptor.
We're coming up to the 21. TBI here.
Coming up to the 21.
TBI.
The trooper closes in and pulls off a clean pit maneuver, spinning the Corolla into the grass. Before the trooper even stops, the driver dives into a ditch and tries hiding in knee-high water. Like this, his Fortnite backup arrives. He gives up, crawls out soaked, and gets cuffed. His lost shoe, containing marijuana, doesn't help his story about being a passenger. Charges felony fleeing on foot theft by receiving stolen vehicle, criminal mischief, driving on suspended license, reckless driving, no insurance, DWI possession of marijuana, a stolen Corolla, a ditch dive, and a shoe full of weed. The Halloween sprint ended just like every ASP chase, with a pit maneuver and a ride to county. October 24, 2025, Michigan police and medics are working a crash near Novi Road and 10 Mile when something absolutely nobody expected happens. One of the injured drivers, 33-year-old Changlin Lee, is being checked out near the back of an ambulance and suddenly jumps into the driver's seat. Before anyone can say, "Sir, that is not your ride," the ambulance rolls out, with a paramedic and another patient still inside. And just like that, we're in a full-blown pursuit of an ambulance.
30, can we get an update? Go again. Can we get an update?
Lee floors it down the roadway, pushing the rig past 70 miles per hour, threading through construction zones and blasting through lanes like he's late for his own checkup. MedStar tracks the ambulance live and feeds officers its exact location. Basically, the world's worst Uber ride being followed in real time. The chase keeps rolling toward 8 Mile. The ambulance now wobbling on a blown tire and still refusing to stop.
30 right behind it.
Just crashed Green Ridge Drive. Continuing westbound.
I got the radio, 30. Great from 40, we're still westbound on 8. 2 miles per hour.
Westbound on 8, going 2 miles per hour.
Still westbound, passing left, form. Collision at 8 and back, collision at 8 and back.
Collision 8 and back.
Lee runs a red light and slams into a GMC Yukon, setting the ambulance on fire. Amazingly, everyone survives. The paramedic, the patient, the Yukon driver, and Lee himself. Lee tries to run and even grabs for an officer's gun before getting taken down. At the hospital, he tries again. Officers also find a concealed knife on him. Charges carjacking, stealing the ambulance, felony fleeing and eluding, assaulting and obstructing police, attempting to disarm an officer, twice, carrying a concealed weapon. From a crash victim to an ambulance thief to trying to snatch an officer's gun, all in under an hour. With a $5 million bond, Lee won't be test driving any more emergency vehicles anytime soon. Little Rock, Arkansas, November 7, 2025. A trooper spots a blue Dodge Charger near Colonel Glenn Road and I-430, the same one that ran from Alexander PD just days earlier. A quick tag check shows the Texas plate is expired. Lights go on, siren hits, and instead of stopping, Malik Moore loops through a Sonic parking lot and launches back onto Colonel Glenn at high speed, classic Charger behavior. Moore swings north onto Bowman Road and immediately loses control, sliding out as traffic breaks apart. The trooper moves in alongside the driver's side, watching for the right moment while Moore keeps fighting the wheel smoke, tires spinning, the Charger trying way too hard. The chase tightens fast as units close in.
TBI. Put your hands up right here. Get the fuck out. Get on your stomach. Get on your stomach. Sit the fuck down. Shut the fuck up.
TBI, Colonel Glenn Bowman.
Man, shut the fuck up.
Hey, I don't work for Alexander PD, do I, bitch?
Nope, you learned today, huh? Learned today.
The state police is now Alexander PD.
The trooper makes the call. Time to end this before it turns into another 100-mile-per-hour run. A clean TVI sends the Charger rotating across the lane, Moore still flooring it with tires screaming. A second TVI slams into the driver's door, locking the vehicle sideways. Trooper Landry arrives and pins the front bumper, boxing the Charger in for good. Moore is pulled out, cuffed, and the situation finally calms. A quick check reveals all the reasons he shouldn't be driving. No insurance, defective rear tires, no seatbelt, and a suspended license. When asked why he ran, he says the same thing twice. My tags were expired. Even Alexander PD confirmed they're filing their own warrants. After his confession, Moore is taken to Baptist Health, medically cleared, and booked into Pulaski County. Charges: felony fleeing, substantial danger of death, failure to register, no liability insurance, no seatbelt, driving on suspended license, defective tires. From a Sonic parking lot to 2 TVIs on Bowman Road, Malik Moore tried the same plan twice, and it failed twice. Expired tags may have started it, but everything else he ignored guaranteed the ending. ASP shut it down fast, clean, and with zero appetite for another unnecessary high-speed chase. Thanks for riding the adrenaline wave with us here at Mind Rush. If you're hungry for more heart-pounding action and edge-of-your-seat excitement, don't go anywhere, because we're just getting started. Hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for more mind-blowing moments coming your way soon.